Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. The season finale of The Peacemaker. And it has been renewed for season 2, so I'm super excited for that. Can't wait to see what else they do. Episode 7, right? Completely forgot what happened. Episode 7.
Episode 7, Peacemaker is upset about the fact that his diary has been... Oh, you got it.
Yeah. Okay, so the diary has been the fake diary. Adebayo he figures out it's Adebayo.
That looks like a schoolgirl made
it. His father's going to kill him. He puts on a suit. All his legion of retarded rednecks are following him. They track the helmets because there's a chip in there. Obviously, I don't know how the fuck his father makes this technology, man. Like, how is this like redneck making all this like crazy tech?
Never judge a book by its cover.
It's wild. It's wild. Like someone
vigilante had all the masks.
Oh my god, it was ridiculous. But
he made a pocket dimension too in his closet.
Yeah,
that was a smart ass redneck.
yeah, bro. I was just like, what the fuck is going on? But his suit was pretty cool. He was fucking flying. I was like, what is happening?
That suit looks so lame to me. And it's funny because, like, the Peacemaker suit is obviously lame, on purpose. But I feel like this one was trying to be cool, and it looked lame.
Yeah. It looked cool to me at times when he was, like, flying and doing shit. But then other times it was kind of cheesy. I don't know. Kind of looked like a weird Donnie Darko demon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so in episode 7, we're getting to know a little bit more of the story behind Chris and his brother's death. Mm-hmm. We see that it wasn't like they were like fighting because of an issue. They were put there and they were betting on him like dog fights. And Chris just happened to hit him in the right spot and he fell down, hit his head in the right spot again, started having a seizure and passed. And then his father blames him, even though he had no control over what was happening. It was all his father's fault. But like that type of person, they don't know how to take responsibility, so they just blame others when something goes wrong.
He's like, you killed your brother, you dumb fuck.
Yeah, pretty much.
You could hear the mullet in that.
Yeah. My God, yeah. So yeah, man, it was these last 2 episodes we got to really humanize Peacemaker, because in Suicide Squad you were like, fuck this guy. In Peacemaker you're like, I'm starting to like this guy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And they did a great job with that transition.
Especially in Suicide Squad when he killed that dude and he's just like, what a joke.
Rick Flag.
Like,
yeah.
Rick Flag, yeah. I don't know. I didn't hate Peacemaker in Suicide Squad. I thought he was awesome.
No.
I thought he was funny.
Was great, but the character, you were supposed to hate the character.
Yeah, I'm weird, you know that.
Yeah.
And not at any point did I hate Peacemaker. It was like he walked out of there being one of my favorites, beginning to end.
Yeah, it's just like he was like the secondary villain in that. You know what I mean? So, but
I'm a
yeah,
wrestling fan. We root for the bad guys. That's what we
do.
Yeah,
that's true. Did anything else important happen? There's a lot of funny
the fight. There was the fight, obviously.
In episode 7?
Yeah, so the fight between the father, he kills his father.
He shoots him in the head.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I'm like blanking because I'm like tired already.
I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, that was the episode.
That
it was really the big fight between Chris and his father.
There was also like a lot of funny conversations.
Oh, is that
like,
the episode?
Yeah.
They killed Mern? Or
yes, it was.
Is that episode 7?
Yeah.
Yep.
He came out the body.
Yeah.
And it was just like mangled.
Well, he came out the body. She grabbed him and like squished him in her hand.
Is that? Oh yeah.
Yeah. So she like
he was killed by Goff.
So that happened. So now, and we get to see the cow for the first time.
Which, at the very end. Of the episode.
Which reminded, do you guys have you ever
also guys? At the very end of the episode? It's when Chris kind of like, I don't remember if he puts two. I think he puts 2 and 2 together and realizes Adebayo is the one who did the diary, and then she tries like apologizing at the end, and then it kind of he's just like, "Shut up, I don't want to hear you," and then it ends like right there.
Yeah, well, and then it starts off in the same spot, which was fucking hilarious. But I just want to talk about the cow real quick. Do you guys remember the movie Starship Troopers?
I was waiting for you to say Starship Troopers. Absolutely, yes.
Right?
Yes.
Everybody else got that vibe?
Yeah. Neil Patrick Harris.
Huh?
He's in that, Neil Patrick Harris.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He's the guy who takes over at the end. Yeah.
He was. He had like a trench coat.
Yep, he did have a trench coat. I guess.
One scene that I remember I have written down on my pad is after he kills the father, Vigilante, Peacemaker starts crying, and Vigilante's like, "It's a weird time to be doing your face exercise." Yeah. I was dying. I was like, "Yo." Yes.
Vigilante is hilarious, man.
Vigilante is so perfect.
So they end the episode while they're in the car. Adebayo's trying to apologize. They begin episode 8 in the same like van. Adebayo's still trying to apologize, and him and Vigilante are just like, every time Adebayo talks, they're like, and they're just making fart noises, and they just go overboard. And it's like, I'm just like, how many takes did that scene take to film, because they didn't die, like they couldn't stop laughing?
And it did one of those things where it's just like, it's funny, and then at least to me it stopped being funny, but because they kept going, it became funny again. I think that was like the whole point. It's just like exactly. It was like it came back
you
around.
Take that joke, you beat it to death, and then bring it back to life. Oh my god,
he's just like, I just thought you were my fucking friend to Adebayo. Yeah, that shit. Oh man.
So yeah, they're on their way to find the cow to end it all. And you want to take it from there? Do you remember? Or?
No, go for it, bro.
We're doing a podcast. I don't know if you forgot.
No.
Yeah. So basically, they're going to try to take out
Adebayo
the cow.
calls her mom to ask for help.
Yeah, when they get there. Yeah.
Is that what you're gonna say?
So So the episode, they're like, we gotta go kill the cow. Right.
Yeah.
So they're going. They're like they get there. She calls the mom. She's like, "All right, what's her name is in charge? Harcourt's in charge." But like, all right, we already knew that. Thanks for nothing. Goodbye. They develop a plan. Eagly's like, "Take this helmet. Go put it up there." And she's like, "There's no way he understands what the fuck you're saying." He's like, "Nah, he got it." Then Eagly takes the helmet, and they're like, "Oh my god!" And then he's like going to the barn, and then he like he turns
off and flies into the forest
and just drops the fucking helmet.
Vigilante's like, Peacemaker's biggest flaw is he just has too much faith in Eagly.
He overestimates Eagly's abilities.
Oh man!
Another thing that they do here is they show off the remaining helmets that Peacemaker has.
Yes,
and their different abilities. The one they were trying to use was a sonic boom, and there's also the one that floats that started floating away.
Yeah, that shit was fun.
He's like, "Who said activate anti-gravity?" They all looked at Adebayo and shit.
And then they have that, and then there was the human torpedo.
Oh, that shit was so goddamn funny at the end. Oh my god!
I kept thinking like she can't walk anymore.
It's like for sure her spine's broken. Like.
Oh man! But yeah. So
what
like you were
happens?
saying, he drops the helmet. Eagly drops the helmet. They all go off looking for it, and then they cut to maybe my favorite scene from the episode, where it's John Economos and Vigilante going back and forth. He asks Vigilante, "Hey, you see anything?" He's like, "Yeah, I saw some ants." It's like, what?
Vigilante went off. He's like, if you're gonna be sarcastic, you gotta let me know. It's like,
well, no, it's different. It's not that. It's a different scene. It's where he says the ants, and then he's like, "Why would I care if you saw ants?" He's like, "You asked me if I saw anything. I'm telling you I saw ants." He's like, "No, anything that matters." He's like, "What about?" He's like, "Ants are important to the circle of life." He's like, "More important than fish?" He's like, "No, if there's more fish in the air." He's like, "What the fuck are we talking about?"
Vigilante's wild.
He's such like a psychopath, because like not understanding sarcasm is like part of like psychopathy.
Yeah.
I just thought it was so funny. It's like, you gotta let me know. I'm like, that's what sarcasm is. Not supposed to.
And then we start saying, he's like, okay, sarcasm. You eat way too. Well, no, that's in the after credits. But he's just like, You eat
Shit,
way
there was
too
an
many...
after credit scene.
Always watch it from now on. You too, Danny?
No, I didn't see it.
I hate you guys.
Damn it.
Every single thing you watch the credits and stay. That's the world we live in now.
So it's
same here, man.
When it's
like,
done,
just leave it.
just like,
all you have to do is leave it and do whatever you do, and then when they start talking, and then you look again.
I literally it ended and I was just I gotta get back to work. But
I hate you guys. In the after credit scene, they extend that scene of the sarcasm.
Oh, okay.
And then,
that's fine.
I gotta check.
And then he's just like, yeah, sarcasm. You eat way too many Fritos than any other human being, and I'm kind of worried about your health. And then he keeps on going on, just insulting Economos throughout that.
So they devised
another scene that happens is Peacemaker starts hallucinating his father.
Yes,
that's something that reoccurs too at the end of the episode. So I feel like it's worth mentioning.
Absolutely.
He's starting to have a psyche break, and Hardcore sees it, so he's just like, "What's up?" Like, So
I saw him talking to himself in the forest when they were looking for the helmet that Eagly dropped, and his father showed up around where the helmet was. Yeah. So they end up having Economos dressed like a cop. He goes in and drops the helmet. They attach a walkie to it so that they can activate it from a ways off. And then they do that a couple times. They kill a lot of people.
Economos reveals that he has a dyed beard.
Yes, he does. They activate the helmet a couple times. They destroy the barn. The burrowed cave that they made starts caving in.
I like when he freaks out. He's just like, "No more kaijus," and he starts hauling his ass up the stairs.
That was hilarious.
And so they do that. They start fighting. They start killing each other. Harcourt and Vigilante get fucked up. While Chris goes into the hole, he gets caved in, and then Adebayo goes and helps them after Vigilante and Harcourt fall. She starts fucking shooting people left and right. Economos tries and breaks his leg. That shit was hilarious.
The way he broke his leg was one of the funniest things in the world.
Yeah,
I was dying, and the way he yelled after that too, he was just like, "Ah!" Oh god, too funny. Now I was dying when Adebayo dropped that walkie-talkie thing too. It's just like, what just happened?
Yeah,
it's like my hands are sweaty.
Dude, I swear to God, at that point I was like, she's sabotaging them on purpose.
That's what I thought too. I was like, she has to be messing with them.
But yeah, man. So then Adebayo puts on the human torpedo helmet. Yeah.
His shield. As soon as I saw the shield, I was like, wow, it's so great to see a superhero use a shield and have it be cool. Never seen that before.
Yeah, Adebayo takes the helmet. She goes in after Chris, and then you see somebody. She's taking stuff off. You think it's her helping Chris, but it turns out to be Goff. She picks him up, and then she's like, "I need your help." They go, and she does this spiel about. Oh, first of all, Adebayo uses the helmet, but misses and hits a wall and fucking knocks out. And so Goff talks to Chris. She's like, our people had the same trajectory as your people because of politics, because of stupidity, because whatever. We didn't listen to the science, and we ruined our planet. We found your planet. It had the air we needed, it had water, but it didn't have the food. That's why we brought her. I'm just interested.
She tries to appeal to Peacemaker's vow of peace.
Yes.
It's like, you're willing to do anything for peace, so we're going to help you do that. We're going to help you complete your vow because we have our own vow. And they align with one another.
Yeah, and I'm just interested to know, what the fuck were they feeding that cow to make all that goo that they were eating?
Probably just honey. Probably just like grass and cheeseburgers.
It's like, why is that food working for the cow but not for them? Also, was the cow on their planet? Or did they get it from another planet?
I'm pretty sure. I have to assume it was from their planet.
That's crazy, though. They're so... I don't know. I'm more interested. I need to see, the dynamics of their planet with that shit. Whatever. Because they're so tiny and, the cow's so fucking huge. I'm just like, what's going on?
Oh, yeah, for real.
But yeah, but then it looked like Chris was like, "Man, you are making a lot of sense. Like, I think I'm gonna help you." But then, it's the Peacemaker switch. Same thing like when he was with the Suicide Squad, where he's like, Waller told me to do this. This is what I'm gonna do, even though what you guys are doing is right. I'm gonna do what I was told because that's my mission. And his mission was to kill them. And he's just like, activate human torpedo. The camera switches. You see Adebayo like limping through, and then it activates. She flies through the cow's stomach, falls, and then he just kills the remaining butterflies. Well, the hosts at least. Goff comes out of it, and we see later on that Goff is still alive, and he was feeding it the last bit of goo.
Also, they all end up in the hospital before that.
Yes.
He does. Hardcore does survive. He picks her up. They walk out. Vigilante.
Oh my God! I forgot the most important scene. One of the craziest funny scene. The Justice League shows up.
I completely forgot about that. Yeah. That's kind of a big deal.
I forgot about that shit too. The Justice League shows up, right? Aquaman, Flash, Wonder Woman, and Superman show up. Superman
and Peacemaker shouts, "You're late, you dickheads."
Yes, he's like, "You're late, you dickheads," while carrying Hardcore, walks past them. Superman and Wonder Woman are in the shadows. We don't see them, but they actually got Jason Momoa and Ezra Miller for this scene, which was fucking hilarious. And then Peacemaker's like, "Go fuck a fish," to Aquaman while he's walking away. He's like, and then like Jason Momoa's like, "Man, I really hate that rumor."
Well, the cool thing is he cursed. I was just like, we got to see Jason Momoa curse as Aquaman. I thought that was pretty cool. He's like, I fucking hate that rumor. I'm fucking tired of that rumor. Yeah. And then
Ezra Miller's like, but it's true though. He's like, fuck you, Barry. That shit was so goddamn funny. I gotta give props for Jason Momoa and Ezra Miller for doing that scene and
Absolutely.
for James Gunn getting them, but that shit was so funny.
That shit was a hilarious way to close the season, hands down.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. It was a good laugh, a good way to.
There was also there was also another important scene where Adebayo's outing Task Force X and Amanda Waller, and that brings the question: does that mean the Suicide Squad is finished? Like, is that it's not possible anymore? Because the Suicide Squad was always like an off the books type of thing, where the public didn't know about it. But now does the public know about it? Are we not going to get another Suicide team up or movie or whatnot? It could be.
Yeah, I have a theory, which I mean, it's based off of nothing, but just because people are aware it exists doesn't necessarily mean that they still can't keep it under wraps. This is Amanda Waller. And
no, it's true. So that's what I was going to say. They could just play it off as this bitch is crazy. Like,
but what I was going to say is, so since it is Amanda Waller, she very much still could have a Suicide Squad, and she could send them after this team.
Oh, yes.
So I wouldn't be too surprised to see the Suicide Squad going after Peacemaker.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. And depending on who the members are, some of them might have history where they want to go after Peacemaker. You know what I'm saying?
Very true.
Because Suicide Squad always has a different crew, so we'll see.
Yeah, man. With season 2 coming along, I don't know if it's confirmed that James Gunn is returning to do season 2. I hope he does, or I hope he has a heavy hand in it. To continue the amazingness.
That man is magic, man. He just produces good shit.
As soon as I finish this episode, before we end, you already said that he's at the very end. Chris is sitting on his porch. He's got Eagly. They have golf, and then he sees the image of his father, like Danny, you said, where
his father's ghost just sitting next to him, and he tries to just ignore it, and his father's just smiling.
Yeah, that's how it all ends. And also, I think Goff's not going to live longer because there isn't enough food.
Yeah.
But they show that. But one of the things, what was I going to say? As soon as this episode ended, one of the things I thought of was, you know how Kevin Feige or whoever the hell, not Kevin Feige, who is it that's running Marvel, like Kevin overall? Feige. It's the shows and everything. It is Feige.
Yeah.
He sucks. What if they gave
he's like the
DC
umbrella
to James Gunn? How'd you feel about that? I'd like to see him do. I mean, I feel like he's big on comedy, so I don't know if that would be 100% there, but it could be interesting.
See, but so Kevin Feige doesn't direct or,
he oversees everything.
He just makes sure everything is cohesive.
Yeah.
So we need
That's what I'm saying. You have James Gunn in that role.
And then
how do you think?
And we need someone in that role that when the executives try to step in and change shit, to be like, no. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I don't know if that's going to be possible right now until the merger happens between Discovery and Warner Brothers. Mm-hmm. But hopefully it will happen in the future. I think this year's movies that are coming out, starting with the Batman and Marsh, and how successful they are, like the Batman, Black Adam, Aquaman 2, and The Flash. I think with the way their success, and especially with what happens in The Flash doing Flashpoint, it's going to set the tone for the future of the DC cinematic universe, and how it's going to move forward. So I would like to see.
How would you feel about James Gunn in that role?
I would like to see James Gunn helmet, because I think he can. One, he's an amazing writer, because we've seen that with Guardians of the Galaxy 1. We've seen that with the Suicide Squad. We've seen that with Peacemaker. I wasn't a big fan of Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
It sucked. It was a horrible movie.
So hopefully 3 is a lot better. But I think, again, he did 2 as well. But, it is what it is. But I think James Gunn, as the good writer he is and a good director that he is, I think he can oversee the different projects and make them cohesive and make them be able to talk to each other. Where I think with Zack Snyder, at least, there wasn't a lot of conversations happening, or there wasn't like that point person overseeing the different projects. Like I felt like Wonder Woman did its own thing that didn't really relate too much to what Zack did with his movies. So it's just like stuff fell off. But yeah, no, I would like to see. I wouldn't mind seeing what James Gunn could do with the DC properties, all of them. Not directing all of them, but like overseeing them.
Yeah, just being the guy doing everything. Yeah. What do you think, Danny?
I love James Gunn, man. Like you said, like some of my favorite recent modern movies are like by him, like the Suicide Squad and like the ones you mentioned. And he seems to have a good track record for me, and I wouldn't mind if he helmed it too either, because I feel like he has good taste, and he just knows how to make a group of characters stand out and come together as a whole, as a unit, and
especially
make them appeal to
characters.
Your humanity. Yeah, especially like these characters you would never even think of, like Polka Dot Man or whatever the fuck it was, like that. Like he ended up blowing up and being like a real cool character, and a lot of people liked him. And I just feel like that man has magic hands, magic vision.
It's his hair.
Odds are he's gonna produce something good, and it'll make its money back, and it'll be entertaining to watch nonetheless. At least So I love James Gunn.
It's the hair.
Does he have nice hair?
He has weird fucking hair. That's why.
I don't think I've ever seen him. But,
I might have seen him like once. I don't.
I just saw a clip on, because there's a Podly podcast for Peacemaker that they did that went concurrently with the show. And like I saw a clip of him talking about the season finale and stuff like that. And yeah, his hair was just like fucking wild.
He's a wild man.
Yeah. But yeah, man. I love Peacemaker. It was a hilarious and phenomenal show. It definitely won me over. I was not happy about it going into it, but I love it now.
Dexter mindset.
Not just that. I also have my problems with John Cena, but he won me back too. So it is what it is.
He's just such a good actor, man. Like he knows, like I've said on before on the podcast, he knows his
timing.
niche. He just knows.
Yeah.
He has great comedic timing, but
John Cena wins people over in the end.
Yeah, he does.
It's just the thing he does in wrestling and acting. He just does it.